Hi my loves, and welcome back to day 6. Today we will be working through a power thyroid practice, and since we will be turning up the heat, I want you to make sure you're fully prepared for this journey. So grab some water, sort your hair out, fix your waistband. You can even grab a little towel and just pop it next to your mat. And then when you are ready, come to lie down on your mat. So we will stop to start, finding that rooted, rounded place of arrival. And it's probably going to take a second, right, as you just begin to get all of those neuroses out the way. So give yourself a little bit of a wiggle, a shift, a shuffle. And then settle your systems completely as you place your dominant hand. So the hand that you write with, place that hand on your belly, and then place your less dominant hand on your heart. Close your eyes and drop into the center of yourself. Now let's start by noticing how we're stepping onto the mat today. Noticing if there's a thought, or if there are many thoughts circling through the mind. Noticing how you're feeling, your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body. Maybe there's a stir of excitement or anticipation, or even expectation. Just tune into how you're stepping in, taking a good look, taking a good picture. Really, it's just your body, it's your mind, how it moves, unique to how you think, and those thoughts are unique to the things that you believe. And the beliefs are unique to every experience that you've ever had in your life. And what we're doing during this practice is pulling the layers back to discover who we are underneath all of the noise, all of the clutter and chaos. Now let's begin to add a little bit more noise to the breath. So take a big breath in, part your lips and breathe out. All right, now you should know by now that the invitation is to make that breath as vocal as possible. So let's do that again. Big belly breath in. Open the mouth and add a sigh. One more. Make it even longer and louder and deeper. Big inhale. Clearing exhale. All right, my friends, stay with that activated breath and begin to utilize it to move your body. So just move and groove in your sweet self as you begin to wake the self, the body, your vessel, your home up. So just stretch out of the stillness that you're in. Now, one of the reasons that we start on the back is to work the muscles of the front, the abdomen. So let's go ahead and do that. You're going to bring your hands back behind the head, interlace them, elbows out, knees stack over the hips, ankles in line with your knees. Now make sure your spine is flat to the ground here, so your navel suctions in. Now from this strong base, lift up your shoulders, keep the elbows spread, and then let's have you bring your left elbow towards your right knee as you extend the left heel back. Keep the navel in, breathe in. As you breathe out, start to bring everything back to center, your home base. Keep the chest lifted so your collarbones are spread. Okay, good. Now bring the right elbow towards your left knee, extend through the right hamstring. Come back to center, switch sides. Now find a rhythm of breath and move with it. I know it's probably about now that this might be getting a little bit challenging, but really it gets to any challenging threshold that you can take one of two paths. So you can take that path of healing, which is becoming curious and attentive to the mind. Or you can take that path of just going back to sleep, which is judging the situation you're having, blaming it, justifying it. So in these challenging moments, the ask is that you get curious, okay? And as my favorite spiritual teacher says, Eckhart Tolle, one full breath is one full meditation. So if you can bring all of your awareness to your breath, then you've already started to create some distance between you and that path of going back to sleep. So stay with the breath. Last 3, 2, on 1, release your entire body. Now let out a sigh. Let out a blubber, a flutter of the lips. Let's do it together. Breathe in. Flutter your lips and breathe out. All right, good. Start to bring your knees into your chest. Place the hands behind the backs of the knees. Use that connection to rock and roll your spine forwards and backwards. So we'll do this a few times. And then go ahead and shuffle yourself forward up into a tabletop position. And we're just going to begin to stretch out the hands. So I want you to spread the hands, spread the fingertips nice and wide, root down through each and every fingertip, and then just very subtly rock your weight forwards and backwards. So just linear movements here. We use the hands so much during yoga, so we want to make sure they're fully prepared for this journey that they're about to go on. All right, now begin to move from side to side. And then take some circular movements. And all you're doing right now is bringing awareness into your hands, into the pads of the fingers, into the wrists. Go one way, switch the direction. Noticing if there's any spaces that feel a little tight or stiff. Can you just send some extra love and breath and Shakti to those areas? Very nice. Now we'll take this a little deeper. Come back to center and then turn the fingertips to face the sides of the yoga mat. Okay, good. Now from here, we're just going to work forwards and backwards. Releasing the synovial fluid in the joints. So that you're getting some DW40 in there. Okay, now for some people watching this could be absolutely enough, in which case just stay here. If you wanted to take it deeper, you can turn the fingertips towards the knees. And then again, just linear movement, so just forwards and backwards. You can even start to pick the wrists off the ground as you work into the forearms. Find your own steady tempo and infuse the movements with the breath. All right, very good. Turn the hands back forward and just shake the hands out. I always find that quite intense. All right, place the hands back down to the ground. Spread them again, so they should be really active now. So activate through them, curl the toes under, plug down through the feet, send the hips up nice and high, downward facing dog. So let's really find a strong foundation here. The hands are rooted, the toes are grounded, the spine is long, your arms are strong, the knees are bent. So you can lift your hips up high with lots of energy and buoyancy and vitality. And then we infuse all of that into the breath. So take an energizing breath in and then a clearing breath out. Beautiful, look forward. Walk the feet forward. So get your feet right underneath your hips. Soften your skull so it's heavy. And then with your heavy head, start to roll the body all the way up to standing. And do this to feel, not just to get it done. So feel your legs engage. Feel the spine stack. Roll the shoulders back. And then place your dominant hand on your belly. Place your less dominant hand on your heart. And just notice the mind. Notice the mind, observe thought. Knowing that your thoughts are just a function of the brain. The brain is an organ that we can strengthen. Now we strengthen the brain, the mind, by giving it a direction. So simply just direct it towards your breath. Take a deep breath in. Part the lips and breathe out. All right, stay on the breath. Flutter your eyes open. Sweep your arms all the way up. Let your thumbs touch. So drive your hips forward, open through your front line of your body, but really recruit your back body. So squeeze your glutes. As you exhale, fold yourself forward. Hinge from the hips, drop the skull again, so let it be really heavy. From your forward fold, halfway lift, bring the hands under your shoulders. Weight comes forward into the ball of the feet, so you can stretch out your hamstrings. As you breathe out, hands under the shoulders, feet walk back, high plank position. Now set this up for success. So push the heels back, crown of the head forward, pull the shoulder blades away from one another and tilt your tailbone under. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to shift yourself forward, so bring the shoulders over the wrists, lower to the knees, or high plank to low plank. Bring the shoulders in line with your elbows. Now roll over your toes, lift up your chest, take this to an upward facing dog position. Now be mindful of your lower back, so you're pressing the hands into the ground, rolling the shoulders back, engaging your thighs. Lift up and breathe in. As you breathe out, draw the navel in to push the hips back, downward facing dog. Land back into it, check back in, tune back in. So press the hands down, push the hips back, bend the knees and breathe. Inhale, exhale. All right, let's move on. Sweep your right foot up and back behind you. But I want you to find some resistance to that right leg. So it's not just mindlessly flinging back. Imagine there's a weight attached to it. Breathe in, flex through the foot, engage the hamstring. As you breathe out, draw the right knee to your right elbow. So use your transverse muscles here. And the invitation is to tap the knee towards your elbow, like you're giving yourself a high five, some encouragement. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right knee to the left elbow. Squeeze and zip your lower belly in. Tap the knee to the forearm and then extend, breathe in. As you exhale, the knee comes in towards your nose. Perhaps you can even kiss the knee. Mwah! Give yourself some self-love. Now step the foot forward. So the knee's going to come right over the ankle. Left hand is under your left shoulder. So you've got this base, this 3-point contact, so you can lift your right arm up. So find a strong, steady base, this strong container with the bottom half of your body. But then let your upper body do whatever it wants to do. So you can tilt your chest open here. So you've got this sweet little back bend. Keep the neck long and the breath steady. Inhale, exhale. Okay, stay rooted through your feet. Lift up your chest. Bring your right hand to your left thigh as your left arm reaches up. Take a moment to organize yourself here. So we're in this twisted lunge. The right knee is bent and the left arm is reaching up. So you should feel this through your left hip flexor, through the psoas. Keep the navel in, so this isn't about dumping into your lower back. And then breathe, inhale. As you exhale, you're going to windmill your arms open to warrior two. Slide your left heel down, open your arms wide. And just settle in here, so the knee is driving forward. We're in this external rotation of the hips. The arms are open. Breathe in. As you breathe out, straighten your right leg, turn the left toes out, bend into your left knee and lower your hip towards it. Now, you can bring your hands to the ground here to help you. So I want you to take this transition nice and slowly as you find a sustainable position. So we're in Skandasana, this surfer's lunge. This might be absolutely enough, this architecture. If it feels right, you do have the option to lower your hips closer towards that left heel. Really, it just depends on the capacity of your hip flexors. Now, once you've found a comfortable position, commit to it. Press down through your feet to lift up your chest and then breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, stay with that charged breath. Use it to shuffle yourself all the way back to the front of the yoga mat. Turn all 10 toes to the front. Step to a high plank. If you want to make this more challenging, keep the right foot off the ground and lower. High plank to low plank. Open up the chest, the belly, the throat, and breathe in. Downward facing dog, you breathe out. Take a full breath in. Out the mouth, clear it out. Good, do that again. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. One more cycle to really strap us in. Inhale. Exhale. All right, left side we go. Step that left foot back behind you. Lift it high with resistance. Flex the toes, turn on the adductors and breathe in. As you breathe out, left knee to your left elbow. Squeeze it in. Try to tap the knee to the elbow towards the forearm. And then re-extend as you inhale. Exhale, knee to the right elbow. Bring the weight forward into the pads of the hands. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Kiss the knee, look at it, say I love you. And then step the foot forward. Okay, keep the right hand down, but lift your left arm up. So we go for that twist again. Opening through your front body as you engage your lower body. And you can absolutely open this arm here, make it more expressive, make it your own interpretation. One last cycle of breath. Inhale. Exhale. All right, good. Press down through your feet. Lift up your chest. So naturally, left hand will want to come back behind you. Drop it to your right thigh and reach the right arm up. Keep the navel suctioned in. Open the chest, open your heart space, gaze up. Breathe in. As you breathe out, warrior two. So like Matrix, take this nice and fluid and slow. Eventually you end up with the left knee bent and the right leg extended. Tilt your tailbone under so you're really energizing through your glute. Flip the left palm, start to straighten out your left leg, Skandasana to the back of the yoga mat. So turn the toes out. Hands can drop to the ground. Again, take this transition nice and slowly. Find a sustainable position. And then if you have the stability, you can bring your hands to your heart center. 2 cycles of breath. Take them with me. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Really nice. We begin to shuffle all the way back to the front like a ninja. Turn to the front. Step the feet together, or if you did so on the other side, keep the left leg lifted and lower. Open up your chest. Breathe in fully. As you breathe out, downward facing dog. All right, once you get there, take a look forward. Walk the feet forward. Bring the feet underneath you, underneath your hips, so they're hips distance apart. And then bend into your knees, sweep your arms all the way up, chair pose, Uttanasana. So I want you to sit your hips low, like you're actually sitting into a chair. Turn on your big quadriceps, reach your arms up and then turn your pinky fingers in so you can access your biceps more. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you're gonna sit a little lower. We're going to take 3 cycles of breath all the way to the ground. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Breathe in. Exhale, just a little lower. One more. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lower the bum all the way to the ground. Once the bum lands, lift up your feet simultaneously. Wrap your hands behind the backs of your knees. So we're in boat pose, Navasana. Spine is long here. You can use your hands behind your knees to help you. If you want an extra challenge, you're going to reach your arms forward. If anyone wants more of a challenge, lift the legs legs up high. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lower an inch. 3 breaths all the way to the ground. Let's do it. Inhale. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, lower an inch. Whole body is probably shaking right now. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Give yourself a big sigh. All right, just like how we started, we're going to bend the knees, bring them in, wrap the hands behind the backs of them. You're going to give yourself a few rock and rolls. Now this time I want you to pick up even more momentum, and we'll meet back in chair pose. Once you get there, breathe in. As you breathe out, fold over the legs. All right, we're going to take one last vinyasa, and I'm going to give you a different option to float there. So we'll take it to halfway lift, breathe in. As you breathe out, bring the hands under your shoulders. So we're going to play around with crow pose here, an inversion. If crow pose isn't in your vocabulary, don't worry, I'm going to spell it out. So spread the hands, bend your elbows, stack your shins towards your elbows like shelves here. So the elbows draw out, rest the shins, bring the weight forward into the pads of the hands, look forward, and then perhaps you can lift 1 foot off the ground. If you can lift 1 foot, maybe you can lift both. Once you've got the balance, keep pressing down to lift the bum. Puff the back of the heart up. Keep the belly engaged. Okay, now some people are going to step to a high plank from here. Some people might be able to jump back. If you're going to jump back, come with me. Breathe in. As you breathe out, float the toes back behind you. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whew, well done, everyone. Drop to the knees. Take child's pose. So bring the knees wide, push the bum to the heels, extend the arms forward, soften the forehead to the ground, and let's just slow everything down. Slow the activated heart rate. And I know it's activated because mine is. So let's take a big breath together. Together yet apart. Breathe in. Open the mouth and let it go. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale fully. Exhale deeply. So good, my friends. Let's begin to set this practice now to a little bit more of a softer pace. So lift up your chest, slide your bum to one side, swing your legs forward, bend into the knees. So just like reversing how we started, we'll begin to lower the back down. Hands come behind the backs of the thighs. And then once the spine releases, we're going to take a twist, a really gentle twist. So let's have you bring your feet down to the ground, about as wide as the mat, and then just knock the knees over to the right. Open your arms wide. Look over your left shoulder. Soften down your eyelids. And be with the breath. One final cycle. Breathe in. Breathe out. Begin to draw the knees all the way back through center. Try to keep your eyelids closed so you're shutting down from any external stimuli right now, and you've got no other option but to face what happens on the internal. So with the eyes closed, drop the knees over to the left. Open your arms. Drop the chin towards your right shoulder. And again, just be with what comes your way. Without the need to overanalyze, to intellectualize, to fantasize. Just try to stay in the seat of the witness. Let that be this space where you're steering from today, from this place of deep, deep, deep observation. Observing the body-mind, the body-mind complex. Now observe the breath. Take one last cycle. Inhale. Exhale. All right, now let's have you bring your knees back up. And you can just windscreen wipe the knees from side to side. Do this a few times. Releasing any last little bits of residue through the hip girdle, through the lower back, the thoracic spine. And then when you're ready to settle all of your systems again, you're going to kick your heels forward. Place your dominant hand on your belly. Place your less dominant hand on your heart. And connect to your own infinite power. Your own power source. That is you. Now, wherever you've drifted off to, start to come back. Come back into your body. Come back into your vessel, your home. As you reawaken the body. So bring some gentle, nourishing movements in. Stretching out of the stillness. And then bringing your knees in nice and close. And just dropping your knees over to whichever side is calling you. Landing in a fetal position. Taking a moment here as you offer up this process. Offer up this practice. Now from the ground, lift yourself up to a seat. And sit comfortably in your own skin. Place your less dominant hand on your lap. Place your more dominant hand on top of that hand and just let the thumbs touch. Now acknowledge whatever is sitting right there at the surface. Knowing that it doesn't need to be profound, it doesn't need to be beautiful, it just is what it is, and those feelings, those emotions are temporary. So you can choose whether you wish to keep them or whether you wish to release them. Now with that, bring the hands to prayer position. Bow your chin to your chest. Bow your chest all the way forward and let this bow, this sign, be the symbol of the completion of this power practice. Namaste, my friends. Oh, what a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. So if you enjoyed this session, please keep spreading the light, tag us in your posts, and I'll see you tomorrow for more.